What's going on, gentlemen? Hope everybody's doing well. This is Daryl Forte. This is the He Is Be Him podcast. For those of who are unfamiliar with our brand, the He Is Be Him podcast is a lifestyle brand based out of Birmingham, Alabama. But we truly feel that all of our information and topics are relevant to men throughout the country, particularly black men. He Is Be Him is the pillars are health, education, innovation, and success. And our motto is building better men while building better communities. And we personally feel that as we grow and build ourselves up as men, ultimately it will correlate and change the communities for the better as a result of us constantly pursuing self improvement and advancing in life. So, on today's topic, man, it kind of follows along that, which is the E. We're going to talk a little bit about education, and that is how to be a A1 college student, how to be a great college student. So basically, advice for college. So we're gonna hop right into it. Please like, share, and subscribe. So you say, well, what qualifies me to talk about how to be an A1 college student? Well, I went to a 2 year, graduated from there. If you read the statistics, about 70% of black males will attend a 2 year college sometime during their college experience. If I find a stat for that, I'll leave it inside the description box below. A very good read. I then went to a 4 year college. I graduated from there in 4 years. Now, currently, I'm a graduate student, and you can read the stats on that. In addition to that, I majored in African American Studies, which is pretty dope, I would say. And then now here I am as a black male inside of a graduate program, which statistically we know that number drops off substantially when it comes to us being in graduate programs. So I've seen college from three different perspectives. I've succeeded at the first two. We're gonna knock on wood and continue to pray that we succeed on that third level. So college has been a huge part of my life, and it's still a huge part of my life. So I can kind of just give you some tips and advice that I know I followed through with, and many of my friends followed through with to be successful in college. And we're gonna do 5 quick ones. Again, all of our videos, like we try to keep them under 11 minutes. So let's hop right into it. Number one thing is engage with your professors. That's the first thing I would say. A lot of college students, when they hear their professor say, "All right, scholars, we appreciate you coming out for the day. Remember X, Y, and Z." You can't even hear the professor say his last two sentences. Only thing you hear is the flashing of papers and notebook closing and pens clicking and everything, because people are so busy to grab their book bags and run out of there. But I can tell you some of my best conversations came with my professors that I had classes with. Professor would take notice of the students that you might not do it every single class because sometimes you got to run to other classes. And I don't know what it was at my university. They knew it was a pretty decent sized campus and they had classes all around campus, but they only gave 15 minutes to get to a class, which was crazy. But that's that's neither here nor there. So your professor noticed sometimes you are on a tight schedule, but if you can, at least a couple of classes throughout the semester, just stop by and see your professor and say, "Hey, sir," or "Hey, ma'am, I really, enjoyed this topic," or, expound if you don't mind, what do you think about so and so and so and so, or whatever it might be. Take advantage of your professor's office hours. Like, get to know your professors. Um, Not only in the classes that you're in, your electives, but also particularly your core classes, because you're gonna need those professors sometime down the road. And again, you're not meeting no professor or talking to them to try to get a scholarship or trying to finesse them out of a good grade. You're simply showing them that you show an interest in the coursework that they teach. And these professors, 9 to 10, when they get their master's and a doctorate in whatever topic they're teaching, so they're extremely passionate about it. So to see you kind of share some of those passions is amazing. When I first got to the 4 years at university I went to, and I started taking some of my core classes, I started meeting some of my professors, and I would talk to them. And then as a result, man, they started inviting me to like certain, events on campus and certain things. They saw, I tried to stay as clean cut as possible. At least wore a nice pair of jeans and a button up to class or a polo shirt, something simple, but just keep myself up as best I could. I was intensive. I sat in the front row. I folks used to nod off in class and on their phone the whole entire time. Some professors are pretty strict about you not having a phone or not nodding off, but some professors really don't trip out about it like they do in high school. And these professors saw I was taking time to really invest in my educational outcomes, and they saw that in me, and they started trying to open up doors for me because they saw I was putting in initial effort. So my number one thing I would say is just communicate with your professor, engage with them, be respectful, call them by their proper title, doctor, whomever, or professor, whomever, and your manners and just your behavior go a long way. Number two, man, that means turn your assignments in on time. I can't tell you how many folks wait till Friday. If assignment due Friday at 11:59 or Sunday at 11:59, they will start on that assignment Friday at 9 p.m. or Sunday at 10:02 and try to rush a discussion post. But guess what? Your research links aren't as crispy. Your outcomes or your grammar is not as clean, or certain things that you need to do to write an all-around discussion post or a good essay or a math equation, it might be sloppy because you waited till the last minute to do so. And man, if you want to get the best out of college, the best grades, the best results, a lot of times you got to go inside there and turn your assignments in on time. Get started on them early. Just because you see a deadline, that don't mean your deadline is your starting point. People wait to the day of to turn assignments in, myself included. Don't get don't think I'm above it. I'm telling you what to do to get to be better than me. And kind of I started learning like, hey man, you turn in good quality work if you get started on it early, and you kind of revisit it. It's almost like a rapper. You don't expect them to come up with a hit song in one try in less than 2 hours. They write down a beat. At least my favorite rapper, Cole, he makes a beat for it, writes a few lines, and come back with it and keep working on it, keep working on it until you get a good product out of it, right? So in every single thing that you do, man, you gotta do everything in a timely manner and turn in quality work. Three, man, is putting yourself out there. What I mean putting yourself out there, and I know weird way, like putting yourself out there, and getting all into all kind of crazy foolishness, but putting yourself out there in the point that man, you're gonna be in certain circles and certain situations where you're gonna go into a classroom or organization or an event on campus. You're not gonna know anybody there, but just grow and learn those experiences. I can tell you how many times people have missed out on good opportunities because they simply say, "Well, I'm not going because my friends ain't going to be there." Now, of course, there's going to be certain situations where you want your friends there, and you want somebody to have your back, and you feel like comfortable going to places where you know people. But in college, a lot of times, it's a bad experience. I'll give you one. On my campus, they had a program called "Hey Fellow, Let's Go There," which is a black male like mental health and awareness program. And once a month, we would meet in one of the residential halls and talk about like our experiences as black men at a PWI, our experience as black men maybe growing up without a father, our experience of how we deal as black men finding our value in a society that teaches us we're valueless a lot of times outside of our bubble of the black community. And I went there, I initially didn't know anybody there, but I began to be comfortable around them and made friends and met good people because I was open and honest and just trying new experience. Didn't know nothing about mental health. Never talked to a counselor a day in my life. I was one of those, man, I'm just gonna pray about it and go work out at the gym and I'm good. I'm straight. I don't need no conversation about how do I do X, Y, and Z or how do I navigate the spaces I'm in. And then I found that I actually did, man, and it opened up so many doors for me. And I was able to meet so many great people and professors on campus who would, come serve as like peer mentors, or not peer mentors, but professional mentors. Met people on campus that served as peer mentors, and it was just a good experience for me. So to put yourself out there, man, learn certain things, take advantage of the resources that are out there, because you put yourself out there and wholeheartedly have a heart to learn and want to grow and want to connect with other people, you'll begin to try to see that same those same vibes will be reciprocated to you. And again, not every space is gonna be great. So if it is a space where you're like, man, I didn't really vibe with that, I didn't like it, that's cool. Move on and try something else. But eventually you're gonna find something that go, wow, I didn't know nobody here, or I knew people here, but didn't really seem like something that I was interested in. But I gave it a try, and it's amazing. Four, I say get an on-campus job if you can. Man, I can tell you, if you get an on-campus job, particularly at a decent sized school, but again, one that's not overly huge, man, you will see that it'll pay dividends for you because the people that you meet on those student jobs, whether it be your professors, if you're working as a student assistant, like the office of the president office or office of your particular department that you're in, for as your school, or whether it be health professions or education or science, engineering, whatever it might be, you begin to meet people. You kind of had that on-campus celebrity feel at the same time. Um, you'll begin to kind of see, I mean, not on-campus celebrities, if you got like attitude or bravado, but I'm just saying you'll start being recognizable, and people that you don't even know will be like, "Yo, what's going on, Derek?" Like I can't tell you how many times I walk on campus and somebody would say my name, like, "Yo, what's going on, bro? Good to see you." I was like, "Man, who is that?" And that was before we were wearing face masks, but you start being recognizable on campus, and people will start being like, "Oh man, I see this person all the time. They work on campus. They seem cool. They always respectful. They, if I need help getting, something, because in a particular spot on campus I worked, I had like 10 different student jobs. one of them was helping students get involved on campus, and I started helping students like, find certain opportunities, whether it be, organizations or volunteer opportunities, and they were like, man, this dude is pretty cool. So you start making friends that way. You start being recognizable. You start building a small brand to your professors, to people on campus, being somebody that's reliable, somebody that's consistent, and somebody that's at least trying to put in the work to be successful. And then at the same time, you probably get paid or you get some kind of perks of being a student assistant as well. And I'm telling you, man, it's a good look. It's just an all around great experience, and you learn certain things at the same time. Where we at, number 4 or number 5, probably. I close with this one. It's just taking time in college to learn how to balance work, life, and school. So it's like practicing good self care, not being burnt out. But at the same time, man, putting in the time, putting in the hours, and putting in the work. It's here in college to be an A1 student. It's like, man, the resources are out there. They got writing labs and writing centers all over. They got free tutoring on campus if you're a student, first generation college student, the TRIO or whatever other programs are out there. They got the McNair Scholars Program at a lot of these campuses. They got so many great opportunities out there for students to actually learn and grow. Some universities have programs specifically for Black men on campus. I'm telling you, it's the resources are a lot of times are out there. You just gotta just know how to look for them and find those opportunities and find those experiences and learn and grow and take advantage of those experiences and those resources that are out there because it's only going to build and help you better as a college student. So, man, when you think about the journey of life of being an A1 student and what it entails, it just entails having an open mindset. It entails being hardworking, being dedicated, being disciplined, and the same energy that you put out there into the world or in your campus, you will see some of that same energy be reciprocated back to you. So just learn, man, to just take time to really just invest in your college experience, invest in your academic growth, invest in your personal growth, and you'll see those doors begin to open up to you. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast, man. Again, we try to keep everything short and sweet. If you have any question about college, please leave it in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear you talk your conversation. Follow us on the heisbham.com website. That is heisbham.com. Follow us on our website, man. We got a program, particularly we offer virtual mentoring to black male college students. So we'd love to add you to that list. If you need some personal mentoring and some personal coaching, just let us know. And last but not least, man, if you're interested, definitely get a copy of the book, The Black Male's Guide to Self-Improvement and Community Revitalization Post-Pandemic. You can find it on Amazon.com, and I'll leave the description box as well. This is Daryl Forte with the He Is Be Him podcast coming to you with another episode. Look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.